Hi everyone, so I'm back again, saying that again, because it's been a while since I've made videos again. So, thanks for those who still tune in. Today's video is actually kind of a funny one. Maybe not so funny because it actually deals with like a real life fear of mine. And the title does seem a bit clickbaity, but I promise you it's not. I mean, there might be elements of it that like kind of are, but like it goes together, and like you'll just have to follow me from start to end to see what I'm talking about, but there's a correlation there for sure. If you know anything about me, you know that I fascinate over my female pop vocalists, my pop queens. So there's Britney, LG, Mariah, and Hilary Duff, and today's story kind of revolves around Hilary Duff, who you all know completely. Like, everyone knows Hilary Duff. She's a queen of pop. She is a actress, whatever. She's an author. She has some books out there. She is just stunning, and I really love Hilary Duff. So today's video is about her With Love music video, which came out in about 2006-2007. And something that happens in the With Love music video kind of affects me subconsciously throughout the rest of my life, and I've kind of pieced it together this year. So if you don't know, With Love was, I think it was the second single. I think Play With Fire was the first one, was the second single from her album Dignity in, again, 2006-2007. I'm not quite sure when it came out. But it was when she had like the brown hair, and she had just kind of got dumped by Joel Madden, or whatever his name is from Good Charlotte, to go with Nicole Richie, which I think is like iconic. So the whole album is like an I really fucking hate Nicole Richie album. Like, there's a song called Dignity, which is entirely about Nicole Richie, and it's like, you bring down, oh wait, is that from Gypsy Woman? Enjoy the fame, that's from Gypsy Woman. She says, you'll bring down the family name, because we all know Lionel Richie. In Dignity, she says, you'd show up to the opening of an envelope, you got the hottest shoes, Jimmy Choo's, nobody gets the blues, it's always about you, blah blah blah. Anyhow, love Hilary Duff. So, With Love was on this album, and if you haven't heard With Love, it's like, just do with love, 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 love. Anyhow, Love With Love, buy it on iTunes. Anyhow, so, the With Love music video came out in 2006-2007, I've said that 12 times. Present day, slash, like, as far back as I can remember, but like not all the way throughout my childhood, I have been deathly afraid of elevators, and I don't like taking them. I get claustrophobic in them. I think that I'm gonna get trapped in them. It's a whole ordeal. I really don't like elevators. If there is a stair option, I will huff my ass to the top of the stairs, no matter how many flights it is, and like how winded I am by the top. Like, I will, if there is a stair option, I will be taking it, because that's how much I don't like elevators. So there's like a correlation that comes together, and when I explain the music video and then explain how I feel every time I'm in an elevator, you'll be like, oh my god, this makes sense. I also do want to take a brief plug to say that Hilary Duff's album, Breathe In, Breathe Out, was released in 2015, and it was the best album of 2015, and I've said that ever since it came out. And I've also recently started watching her show Younger, which is on, I think it's on TV Land. I've kind of had to like outsource it like on back channels because it's not available literally anywhere in Canada. Like, I can't buy it on the Apple TV, I can't buy it on iTunes, it's not on Netflix. I think it's on Hulu, but I don't know how to get Hulu in Canada, so whatever, I'm watching Younger. So I watched season 1 one day, season 2 the next day. Like, I just banged out 2 seasons, and now I'm watching season 3. And it is incredibly good. So if you have any free time and you feel like getting into a new show, watch Younger, because Hilary Duff is like nothing I would have expected. Like, she is like, I just, like, I just can't. Anyhow, so watch Younger, buy Breathe In, Breathe Out. It has so many good songs. I think if it was released by anyone else during that time, who was like, maybe a bit more relevant in music, because Hilary really hadn't made an album she made Dignity in like 2007, and then released Breathe In, Breathe Out in 2015. Like, she had like a 7-year break between albums. So I think that like if it was like Taylor Swift released the entire album, like, it would have blown up completely. Like, it is such a good album. There's so many good songs. So buy Breathe In, Breathe Out, and then also tell Hilary Duff to go on tour, because every like, I want to say like every like 2 months I'll just be like, hey Hilary, still here, like, go on tour please. Like, I just constantly tweet her to go on tour because I need to see her on tour, because I would live my absolute life watching her on tour. And then that's also why it took me so long to watch the show, because I was like spiteful and like begrudged the show for taking her away from her tour, because she kept saying throughout the entire like album cycle of Breathe In Breathe Out, like, oh, I'm gonna go on some kind of tour, but like it will have to be when we're done filming, blah blah blah. And now we're like 4 seasons of the show later, and like there's been no tour. So I have been mad at the show for taking away from the tour, but the show is really hot, so that's why I finally got into it. So I'm gonna pull up the music video. I have it all pieced together, but I'm gonna pull up the music video and just watch it in the background to like kind of explain to you what's exactly happening. But pay attention specifically to what I tell you about the end, and I'll also post screenshots of like specific parts so that you know what I'm talking about. So it opens up with Hilary Duff like getting a standing ovation on a stage, and she has stunning brown hair, she's smelling a rose, and then all of a sudden it's her with like a complete straight across bang like wig, serving it in an elevator, and she's like, just do it, love, 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 love. Like in the elevator, she's like grasping the walls, whatever. Anyhow, so now the video's getting a bit ahead of me. And then in like another scene, she's leaving the play that she was part of, and she puts on, I get like a whole spy vibe, like it's really hot. So she puts on like a hat, like a fedora, and then like a trench coat, pops up the collar, and then she's out of there. So she's out the back door, and then there's just mobs of people outside being like, oh my god, Hilary, love you. There's Kellen Lutz, who you would know from Twilight. I know him from 30 Rock, because he was in like one episode, but that's where I remember him from, because I don't think I've ever seen Twilight. He's like in the background of this mob of people, and is like, oh my god, that's Hilary Duff, hot. I can see right through her disguise. So he like jumps the wall, they're chasing each other through a hotel lobby, and then she's like twirling around. There's still scenes of her in the elevator, like grasping the walls, singing about with love. And then she's like, oh god, this guy's on to me. Like she starts to piece it together. So she grabs her perfume, spritzes it on herself, and then is to the nearest staircase. Miss Chloe is not really living for my retelling of this, but she knows. So Hilary Duff knows that he's there. Perfumes, trench coats, gives a quick wave, and then is up the nearest staircase. So when she's like running up the stairs, oh my god, I also have another funny story to tell you about this. I think I'll do that now. So anyhow, I'll pause this. She ditched the hat and flipped the trench coat inside out, and then put on the straight across bang wig, is where we're leaving this right now. But this music video came out when I was about like 11 or 12. I want to say 11, like I feel like I was younger than 12. But when the song came out, I was obsessed with it, and I would watch the music video all the time on like Much Music, because I would watch Much Music all the time. They had like an after school show, I think, that was like, they would like sit and talk, and then they would sometimes do interviews, and they would like show music videos, and then they also had the top 30 countdown, which I would watch religiously, where they would like play like the top 30 music videos of like the week, and they would do it every week on like a Saturday or something, I don't know. So the With Love music video was one of my favorites. I was obsessed with it. And I think I was like copying the elevator move, and she's like in the elevator, and she's like grinding up on the walls and like all this. So I went to go visit my grandma, who lived in like an apartment complex for old people, and I think we were gonna go for lunch or something. I don't really remember, but we were getting ready to go somewhere. And I was in the hallway, and she was still in her like condo. And it had really narrow a really narrow hallway. So I was like, oh my god, like this hallway would be a really hot place to do a reinterpretation quickly of the With Love music video. So I was like, I had one hand on one side, one hand on the other, and I was like, tell me I'm wrong, I'm coming on way too strong, don't think I'll be crushed, just do it, love, 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 love. Like in the hallway, completely serving it. And then one of like her neighbor from like across the hall, I guess, like heard me like rubbing the walls or something, and was like, oh, like she came out, maybe she had a trash bag, I don't know, she was doing something. She came out of her apartment and was like, oh, what kind of exercise is that? And I was like, yes, an exercise, loves it. And then like just like ran away. But anyhow, it was entirely because of the With Love music video. So that just shows you how hard I've gone for Hilary Duff my entire life. I will be a fan of Hilary Duff until the day I die. Anyhow. And then there was another part too, in the exact same apartment building, she had like, there was like a staircase that kind of looked like the one in this music video, so I'd like run up the stairs and like pretend I was like throwing off a trench coat. Anyhow, it was, I was something else. Not to say that I still wouldn't do that present day, because I would. So let's get back to the music video, now that I've told you that story about my life. So where we left off is she had flipped her trench coat inside out, and it's now purple, and she has her sleek bob. So now she's like running up the stairs, hiding from Kellen Lutz, and then ultimately they end up in the elevator together. And it's like, not like a present day elevator, it's like one of the ones where like it's like a wood elevator and then they have like the panel that you pull across instead of like the doors that like open in the middle. So she's in this elevator, the lights start flickering, it's like the end of the song, everything's kind of building up to this moment, and she just starts making out with Killing Lutz. So they're making out all over the place, the lights are flickering in this old school elevator, and then all of a sudden the cord snaps, they're plummeting absolutely to their death while still making out, and that's just like the end of the music video. It's Hilary Duff and Killing Lutz plummeting to their death after this like spy chase in the With Love music video. So, fast forward to me and my fear of elevators. I don't think I mentioned this in the beginning because I was kind of holding it to the end, but every time I'm in an elevator, I feel like the cord is going to snap and I'm just going to fall like 20 stories to my death and just be absolutely stuck in this box and have no way of escaping. Like, that is my number one fear of elevators. Sorry, I don't know if that is physically possible for the cord to snap and you to plummet to your death. I know that it is possible for like it to get stuck halfway between floors and then you'd be like dangling like halfway on a floor. Like, that to me is like, I know that that happens, so I'm also afraid of that, but I'm mostly afraid that the cord's gonna snap and I'm just gonna be plummeting. So I pieced it together like a few months ago that I think, subconsciously, every time I'm in an elevator, I think of Hilary Duff making it with Killing Lutz, the cord snapping, and her dying. So I think that is truly where my irrational fear of the cord snapping and me dying came from. Is from the iconic With Love music video. And now that I've realized it, like, I kind of have gotten a bit better in elevators because where I work, like, I have no choice but to take one from like the parking garage to my building. If there was a stair option, I'd be taking it. Like, I think I've said before, like, every time there's like elevator and then like stairs, I'll take the stairs. So I think that pretty much concludes my video, is that the With Love music video has subconsciously scared me about elevators and cord snapping ever since I was like 11 years old, which has started my fear of death. The music video is stunning though, so you should watch it on YouTube. I can post a link to it in my bio if you want to become a fan of Queens of Pop like I am. Yep, so there's that. Also, make sure to buy, stream, listen to on YouTube, whatever. Breathe In, Breathe Out, Dignity, blah blah blah. Hilary Duff is stunning. Tell her to go on tour. Really kind of help me with my cause, because I really need to see Hilary Duff on tour. And then again, I do apologize for not making videos as often as I should. I will try and keep up with it. I do need to find more things to make videos about because I don't have an exciting life. I think I say this in every video. I'll like be like, oh, well, I have a great video idea, and then I just end up doing a Q&A, and then I just end up not posting it because all of my videos have been Q&As. So I think all the questions about me have been answered. But I will try much harder because I do like filming videos. It gets me out of my comfort zone. It helps me speak more, blah blah blah. So it is helpful to me. I do like doing them. I thank anyone who actually watches these. And yeah, so thanks for watching.